A very good afternoon to all of you, friends. A very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, the most comprehensive preparation app for all exams. So, friends, in this session, I shall be discussing and talking to you about a very important and a landmark judgment of the Supreme Court of India relating to the tussle that was happening between the union government as well as the government of Delhi. Now, I'm sure most of you have heard about this particular news, about this particular judgment of the Constitution Bench of the Supreme Court, which deals with who has the power over services in the government of NCT. So, who is going to appoint the IS officers, the secretaries, and other executives of the, insofar as the Delhi government is concerned, is the power vested with the union government or is the power given to the Delhi government? So, there is a power tussle. Now, we will talk about this particular judgment. We will also see what does the constitution mandates and what is the background of this particular issue. Because unless and until you are aware of the background of the issue, it will not be possible for you to understand in great detail the real issue involved in this particular case. So guys, let's begin with this session. But before I begin, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you CLAT 2024 Comprehensive Course. Secure a seat at your dream NLU. In this course, we are providing you with 300 plus recorded videos across 5 sections, 300 plus hours of live classes, 35 mock tests for CLAT and other law entrance examination, along with video solutions, monthly e-magazine for current affairs, and the entire content is based on our extensive analysis of the last 5 years of CLAT question paper. So guys, let's move ahead. Now, BYJU'S Exam Prep also brings to you this great opportunity to unlock your 3-day free trial access to all our courses. So it's a 3-day free trial access to all our courses, which BYJU'S Exam Prep is providing. Now let's move and understand the entire issue relating to this particular case at hand. Now, the question is, who controls the civil servants of Delhi? Is it the Delhi government or is it the union government? So, who must have the control over the civil servants in Delhi? Does the Delhi government has the power to appoint and to remove civil servants in Delhi, or is the power vested with the union government? That is all that we shall be discussing with you. But let us not forget the background. Now, the present government, the union government, came into power in 2014. Now, after coming to power in 2014, the union government issued a notification in 2015, just after the Aam Aadmi government got elected in Delhi. Now, what did the union government do? The union government, through the Ministry of Home Affairs, issued a notification which said that the lieutenant governor, the governor is the lieutenant governor, the lieutenant governor of Delhi will exercise control to the extent, very important, please note it down. The lieutenant governor will exercise control to the extent delegated to him from time to time by the president over services. So, prior to 21/5/2015, the power was given to the Delhi government. Now, you have a notification coming in 2015 which changes a lot of things. It says that the lieutenant governor, although he is not elected by the people, he is appointed by the union government. A person who is appointed by the union government, who is not the elected representative of the people, will have power over the services, in addition to public order, police, and land. Now, public order, police, and land is the power to make rules, regulation, laws relating to public order, police, and land in Delhi is given to the union government. So the Parliament of India will have the power insofar as public order, police, and land is concerned. But insofar as other things are concerned, it is given to the Delhi government. Now, over here, by virtue of this particular notification dated 21/5/2015, the union government has, in a way, made the unelected person, the unelected person means the lieutenant governor, who is not elected by the people. And on the contrary, the chief minister and the cabinet is elected by the people. Now, we are in a democracy. We are concerned about the vibrant democracy. We choose our leaders. We choose our representative. If the person who is chosen by the people does not have the power, the chief minister of Delhi is chosen by the citizens of Delhi. The citizens, the people who are residing in Delhi. Now, if the elected government does not have the power, then a person who is appointed by the central government, can that man have power over everything in Delhi? That is the big question. Now, let's go back to 2018 now. In 2018, a constitution bench of the Supreme Court held that the executive power of Delhi is co-extensive with its legislative power. That is, it shall extend to all matters with respect to which it has power to legislate. So Delhi legislature, so we also have, our Delhi government also has a legislature like the parliament, with insofar as the union government is concerned. Similarly, we have a legislature, Vidhan Sabha of Delhi. Now, the Vidhan Sabha has power to legislate on all matters except land, law and order, and what? Except police. Police, law and order, and these are the three things: public order, police, and land. This is given to the union government. Except police, land, and law and order, everything is with the Delhi government. Now, by virtue of a particular notification, the union government wants to take away the power of the Delhi government and keep all the powers with itself. Itself means with the person who is just appointed. He is not elected. That is the lieutenant governor. The 2018 judgment also says that the legislative and the executive power of Delhi extends to all the subject in list 2 and list 3 except those explicitly excluded. What is excluded? Land, police, and public order. So, except land, police, and public order, the Delhi legislature has the power over list 2 and list 3. Very important. Now, again, the government was appointing people according to its wish. The union government. If the chief minister does not have power of whom to appoint as his secretary, who should be the chief secretary, who should be the principal secretary, who should be the secretaries, who has the power today? The union government? That was the question. The Supreme Court said the Delhi government is elected by the people. We live in a democracy. So in a democracy, who is answerable? The Delhi government is answerable to us. If we face any problem, we are going to ask our question to whom? The Delhi government. Now, if the Delhi government does not have the power to do anything, then they lose their answerability. You know, like the legislature is answerable to us. We raise question before the parliament. The parliament, the people over there, the government has to reply to our question. Now, if the government does not have the power to do anything, then why go for elections? Did you understand? So the question is, who would have control over the services? Secretaries, IS officers and all in Delhi. Is it the lieutenant governor acting on behalf of the union government or the Delhi government of NCT? Now, whether the Delhi government should have the power or whether the power is given to the union government, that's the question. The Supreme Court, a 5-judge bench, a constitution bench of the Supreme Court, comprising of Chief Justice of India, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Justice M.R. Shah, Justice Krishna Murari, Justice Hema Kohli, and Justice Narasimha, decided very categorically that it is a federal constitution, our constitution. Now, we have elections, right? We have union election. We also have state elections. We are choosing our prime minister. We are also choosing our chief ministers, every one of us, right? Now, then what is the point of having a Delhi election if the Delhi elected government does not have any power? Why spend so much money on elections in Delhi? The question is, why spend so much of money in Delhi elections? We can just wrap it out. Am I clear? So, the Supreme Court said, thus, in a federal constitution, at a minimum, there is a dual polity. 2 sets of government operate, one at the national level and the other at the state level or federal units. These dual sets of government elected by we the people in 2 separate electoral processes are a dual manifestation of public will. The priorities of these 2 sets of government, which manifest in a federal system, are not just bound to be different, but are intended to be different. Now, B.R. Ambedkar, when he wrote the constitution, he knew that there would be a different government in the center and a different government in the state. Now, and that's the beauty why there is a separation. You see, list 1, list 2 and list 3. List 1 is only the domain of the union government, parliament. List 2 categorically is the domain of the state legislature. And list 3, that is concurrent list, both the parliament as well as the state legislature can make laws, provided there is no conflict. And if there is a conflict, the union law shall prevail. That's the rule under the constitution. So over here, what we see, in this particular judgment, what we see that the Supreme Court simply says that the people of Delhi are choosing a particular government, and if that government does not have the power to appoint a secretary, to appoint an IS officer for a particular job, that means they will be not able to do anything. And if the appointment, the transfer is all given to the union government, then these secretaries will not listen to the Delhi government ministers. And that is what was happening in Delhi. The chief secretary, the secretaries are saying, I am not going to listen to you, minister, because I have been appointed by the union government. I am only going to listen to the union government. I am not going to listen to you, minister, Delhi minister. So that was what was happening in Delhi. And that's why we have this kind of litigation that went to the Supreme Court, and finally we have a constitution bench judgment of the Supreme Court itself relating to this. The Supreme Court said that the executive power of the union in a state over matters on both states and union of India can legislate. That is the concurrent list. So both the union government as well as the state government can legislate on concurrent list. Is limited to ensure that the governance of the state is not taken over by the union. This would completely abrogate the federal system of governance and the principle of representative democracy. It is with this objective in mind that the members of the Constituent Assembly thought it fit to limit the executive power of the union in a state over matters on which the state also has legislative competence. In the spirit of cooperative federalism, the Union of India must exercise its power within the boundaries created by the Constitution. No one is doubting the power of the Union, but the Union must exercise its power within the boundaries, within the four walls, or within those four corners as created by the Indian Constitution. It cannot exceed its boundary. The Union and the National Capital Territory of Delhi, NCTD, share a unique federal relationship. It does not mean that Delhi government is subsumed in the unit of the Union merely because it is not a state. We all understand that Delhi is not a state. But just because Delhi is not a state, it cannot be said that Delhi is a part of the Union government. No, we choose. The people of Delhi choose their own leaders. They choose their own leaders. And if those leaders are unable to function according to the wish of the people, then why have elections? Am I clear to each and everyone? Am I clear? All of you. Are you all understanding? And if you are understanding, I would request all of you to just like this session, share this session with your friends so that more people can join all these interactive sessions, these well explanatory sessions, because these are very, very important for each and every one of you. The Supreme Court further said that such an interpretation would be in consonance with the concept of pragmatic federalism and federal balance by giving the government of NCT of Delhi some required degree of independence subject to limitations imposed by the Constitution. Now, land, police, these are not subject where the Delhi government has power, because the Constitution says land, police, and public order. Anything to do with land, police, and public order, the Union government will have power. If tomorrow there is a requirement for a law relating to land, police, or public order, the Union Parliament will make laws for it. But for other things, the Union Parliament will not have the power. The Union Parliament will not have the power. So the Delhi government also has to function within the limitations of the Constitution. Similarly, the Union government also is required to function within the boundaries of the Constitution or the limitations which are imposed by the Constitution. Now, very, very important, Article 239AA. Now, Article 239AA confers a special status to Delhi, to the National Capital Territory of Delhi, and constitutionally entrenched a representative form of government. So we have elections in Delhi also. It's not that people in Delhi do not elect their representative, right? So people of Delhi also elect their own representative, elect their own leaders. Now, if those leaders do not have the power, and if the power is taken away from those leaders, from the Delhi government to the union, then the spirit of federalism collapses. The concept of federalism, the concept of democracy collapses. So, Article 239AA, which provides special status to Delhi, was incorporated in the Constitution in the spirit of federalism, with the aim that the residents of the capital city must have a voice. Very, very important. This is what Justice D.Y. Chandrachud writes. Why did the Constitution provide election in Delhi? Because it felt that even the residents of Delhi should have a voice. They should say who is to be governed. They should elect their own representative. How they are to be governed, they should have a voice. It is the responsibility, very, very important, it is the responsibility of the government of NCTD to give expression to the will of the people of Delhi who elected it. Therefore, the ideal conclusion would be that the state government, that the National Capital Territory of Delhi, the government of the National Capital Territory of Delhi, ought to have control over the services. The government of Delhi will have control over the services except land, public order, and police. Except for land, public order, and police, the Delhi government will have all power. The power cannot be given to the lieutenant governor, because the lieutenant governor is not an elected individual. He is just appointed. He is an appointee of the union government. The government of India appoints a governor across India. Now, they are just like the president, but the real power is vested with the, we have the president, we have the prime minister, and the cabinet ministers, right? Union government. The real power is with the cabinet. The real powers are there with the ministers. The president acts on the aid and advice of the prime minister and council of ministers. Similarly, the lieutenant governor must act according to the aid and advice that is given by the state government. How can the lieutenant governor tomorrow say, no, I'm not going to listen to my government. This will end up in a very different kind of a situation, because the federalism, the concept of democracy might collapse. And to prevent that collapse, this constitution bench judgment is a great judgment in that regard. So except for public order, police, and land, the government of NCTD will have powers to appoint anybody. But unfortunately, after the judgment of the Supreme Court, the union government has come up with a particular ordinance, because the parliament was not functioning then. And it said that, that they wanted to overrule the union government. By this particular ordinance, wanted to overrule the 5-judge bench of the Supreme Court. Okay, is that clear? So the government of India has come up with this ordinance, and this ordinance is a step to overrule the 5-judge bench judgment of the Supreme Court. Okay, that is what I can say now. What is the difference between Delhi and Delhi NCR? Delhi NCR means Noida, Ghaziabad, Gurgaon is also NCR, but Delhi is only Delhi. Okay, I hope I'm clear. Any doubt? Any questions? Is that clear? Okay, fantastic. Great to see that. So guys, if you like today's session, do press the like button. Do share this session with your friends. So guys, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you a CLAT 2024 comprehensive course, in which we shall be providing you with 300 plus recorded videos across 5 sections, 300 plus hours of live classes, 35 mock tests for CLAT and other law exam, along with video solutions, monthly e-magazine for current affairs, and the entire content is based on our extensive analysis of the last 5 years of CLAT question paper. BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you unlock your 3-day free trial access today. So guys, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, do follow us on our Instagram, do like our Facebook page, do join our Telegram channel, and do not forget to download the app today, BYJU'S Exam Prep app today. So guys, with this, we come to the end of today's session. Thank you very much. God bless you. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend ahead. All the best. Bye-bye.